Evening all, welcome back to Factorio. So you may notice some changes. Let me present to you upgraded Snowflake Base 2 version 1.2. We have now a few more engines, only a few. Some people say I overcompensate for everything in my life. Yeah, probably. So we've got left and right wings. I have no idea how fast this will go. We have fuel repository. We have augmented and beefed up the defenses, so we now have 2 layers of gun turrets. Not bothered with lasers too much. Rockets, I still have not got anything better than standard rocket launchers. I know, it's a shame. It's a shame I carry with me with my Factorio career, let's say. Obviously everything's been really upgraded because the thought is it's going to be faster, so we're going to have more things to kill. So you can see pretty much anything that goes forward. There's a huge amount more turrets defending it now. Probably should switch to explosive ammo as well. Might do that actually. I think maybe what we do is we sort of swap them out. But for now, it's okay for now. You will notice we have the strangely beige TM asteroid sorting mechanism version 2 is working a lot better as well. Everything pretty much has been upgraded to legendary. I know this triggers an awful lot of you, that I have just things being thrown overboard. I like to think of it as the ship venting before it goes to jump. You know, like Imperial Star Destroyers, they dump all the garbage before they jump. You know, standard procedure. You know that. It's kind of, I like it. It's fun. So we fixed the fusion reactors as well, because they had a slight issue that the person that created them was a bit of a knobhead, because I managed to somehow try and fuel them on iron ore. Yep, knobhead. Everything else I think is pretty good. We're going to go back to Aquilo. We're actually going to upgrade this. Not that we need to, but you know, and I know we're losing a lot of bonuses because of obviously this. It doesn't really matter. This base is not doing a huge amount. So I think we're good to go. So let us try this. I have not yet used this yet. So let's try it now. So let's see how fast we go. Okay, a lot faster. Let's see how our defenses fare. So about 200, there you go. So the whole base for 200 kilometers per hour is pretty good, I'd say. I don't really expect it to be any more than that. I think they're all running. That seems to be good. That seems fine. Fine, just fine. And I think we're cooking on gas, so to speak. So let's just watch the defenses. Hopefully we're not moving too quickly that we have an issue. I think really the lasers don't do a huge amount. It's only when those turrets, so you see these little beautiful legendary turrets, they seem to be doing much of the heavy lifting. Yeah, I'd say that's looking pretty good. Let's go to the further arms. So you've upgraded everything really. Oh, hang on, are we taking damage? No, that's Gleba, that's fine. Don't care about Gleba. Gleba is a bit of a nightmare because we're being destroyed constantly by the Pentapod menace. We're going to have to go and do that. Probably next video we'll go and do some sort of expansion of Gleba base. It still remains probably my most favourite base. Let's see. So yeah, I'd say this is working. I'm not, again, other than my stupid train warning. I don't know why it keeps giving me that. It's because I've removed the station, so I should probably build some proper logic. Our asteroid system remains strong and virile. That's a strange word to use. But I'd say that's working quite nicely. So, you know, Snowflake Base is pretty solid, I'd say. I'm actually, again, the sound of amazement in my voice is generally because I can't believe I did it. See, there's a gap there. That's interesting. Look, there's a gap here. Yeah, this is a gap. I think we might need to look at this. Let's maybe put just a couple more next to these. Just, I mean, if I was going to say there's a gap, it's very small. These got quite a lot of range, so maybe just having some of these laser turrets is fine. I can't really see them getting beyond that. Let's see. So let's just put our turret thing on. I mean, that's pretty decent, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm not too concerned so far of this. It's working quite well. Gets a lot of rocks as well. I think moving it back and forward is definitely the way to go. This thing makes everything as well, pretty much. I think one of the things we're going to expand it. So we're currently doing plastic, obviously massively oversubscribed on plastic, but that's fine. But I think what we're going to try and do is then focus on some of the other things that we need to make. So currently we're doing, what do you call this, platform grid, I guess. We'll move that here. I think that's the next sort of job to do here. And then I think we'll start to kind of look at maybe expanding Snowflake, sort of left, right, up, down. I think we'll have an actual permanent engine module here as well. But for now, I think it's more important that we just get back to Aquilo, test the design, see how it operates. We'll upgrade the fusion reactors because we've got, I think, what's the blue one? Uncommon or rare, maybe? We've not got anything better than that just yet. Only because I haven't really tried. I probably should. But this is working quite well. So there we go. So I think that's pretty much new base. Now the question is, how do we turn this into a mega base in orbit, all in capitals with arrows pointing at it? That would be pretty awesome. I would like to do that. And there we go. So I think we're almost... Oh, hang on. Are we slowing down? Right. So we're out of fuel. So we need to upgrade the fuel. We've run out of water, I guess. Let's have a look. How's water doing? Ah, yeah. So this is the thing. I didn't plumb the water back in. Ugh. Stupid. Right, so let's just do that now. It will be a bit messy. Don't go cray on me. It will be fixed when I am less of a knob. There we go. Boom. Whee! Fuel production. There we go. I mean, talk about fixes on the fly, for flip's sake. So, again, it just shows you I'm completely stupid. But again, the rockets they seem to be holding. I think 200, I wouldn't want to go too much quicker than 200. Obviously, I'm going to do that because I'm an idiot. But I do quite like the idea of that. I think we definitely need to switch to explosive ammo. So I think maybe it's time. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Aquilo. So I think now the first thing to do, well, second thing to do actually, but let's do it now, is this is our rocket production. I think, oh yeah, see, this is interesting. So probably need to look at that. That's probably not the best rocket production we can do. This is something worth considering. So I think we haven't got, no, so we haven't done any of this yet. So let's just do, thank God for upgrade planners. So let's just set these. I think we have, is it rare? That's rare, I think, isn't it? That's probably the best we've got. But before I do that, let's just jump to Aquilo. They're basically all being built up here somewhere. There we are. So we've got loads of them, and we've got loads of them. So let's do that, I guess. So let's just quickly get those being built, or rather requested. So it's 13 and 3. Boom. There we go. So Aquilo, hopefully, eventually, will kind of send them to me. Okay, might. Ah, hang on. Is Snowflake turning? Yes, it's gone. Oh my days. Go back to Aquilo. So let's just set circuit condition. I just keep forgetting to do these things. I am stupid. There we go. So, but again, it's interesting. Really, really interesting how I never really thought that it would have been this easy to do. Famous last words, I guess. But I wouldn't think it would have been this easy to do a moving mega base. So far, I'm pretty confident that, I mean, it's anything faster, I think we're going to struggle. We're going to be overwhelmed. I mean, can you imagine this in the shattered planet? I think my computer would explode. I think it would literally melt down and fall through my house into the Earth's core, because I just can't imagine how hot that thing would get. So there we go. So that now should mean, yep, there we go. So we have basic, I mean, it's going to take a lot of launches, I suspect, to do this. But what that means is we then have even better power, which is good. Do I have a substation? Yes, I do. So we can see at least what the power is. So currently we're what? Okay, so we've got one at least. So 13. So let's just let them get swapped and we'll see what we produce. We're currently, what, 720 now? There we go. So I think we're slowly upgrading them. I reckon about a gigawatt is where we'll end up. We're never even close to that, though. Although that's interesting. Legendary laser turrets. That's very interesting. Let's just zoom in a bit on that one. Yeah, so that, I mean, the lasers are going to use a lot of power, I suspect. But I guess there's not a lot I can do about that. We've got a huge amount of accumulator charge as well. Might actually make one of the modules an entire accumulator. Do I have them on me? Let's have a look. That would be wonderful. Oh, okay. So we're probably picking up too much. Can't really stop. So again, let me talk about kind of my process here. I don't want to stop any resources being made, because if I stop iron, for example, that means copper stops as well. So that's a bit dumb to do that. But I think here we definitely have an issue. So It might just, I don't know, because that as fast as that's picking it up, it should be dumping it here, because we've got so many. Let's just send some down to Aquilo. That's probably going to help. I think same with ice. We're probably just overloaded now with it, so maybe we just do that. The other way to do it is to stop it coming into the central hub, I guess, and just have it vent outwards there. But I think for now, let's just see. Right, how are we doing? So 14. Okay, good. Are we missing one still? I think we are. There's one here somewhere. There we go. So we've got 2. I guess, is that it? Is that the only one? Oh, I guess they're done now, aren't they? No, they're still producing. Interesting. Wonder why it's doing that. Oh, okay, so there we go. So I think that's just telling me that no longer. Yes, there we go. So we just need to get rid of those final uncommon ones. How much are we producing? Yeah, about a gigawatt. That's what I thought. I'm happy with that. I think that's pretty good. I think the next step is probably, I think, to look at expansion now. And I think we are going to potentially, I think, move some things and start putting some other bits onto these platforms. Again, I want to try and have some more automate. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Let's get rid of those. That's good. We don't need all of those, but it's more to kind of remind myself it's there. And I think really then the next step is to start really kind of looking at what more we need to make on this. So currently Aquilo imports plastic. And I think just copper eye and things like that. So, I mean, I don't think we can make these. Would be nice, wouldn't it? But I mean, imagine if you will, a mega base that just literally bimbles from planet to planet, picking up like raw resources, so, you know, tungsten, and then processing it in orbit. I mean, that's kind of the end goal, isn't it? That would be nice to have that. And I think this could be certainly the beginning of that. I don't know if I really want to keep the engines there either. I think it might be that we have, I mean, I'm just thinking aloud here, a central corridor down and then another sort of grid like this here. So if I just sort of, you know, sort of another one of them. Did I just delete that? I hope I didn't. So something like that, and then dirt, 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 dirt. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. I think that could be what we do. It's going to take a bit of effort though, I think, because I think we have to really think about this channel here, but we don't really need this many defences at the back if we're moving forward more. This was designed to sit in orbit above Aquilo, but I think really its next genesis could be a fully automated factory that just travels from planet to planet, picking up the raw resources, processing them, and oh my gosh, imagine if it did science as well. Now that's endgame. We're not going to do that straight away, because yes, I haven't forgotten. I've still got this thing to build yet. I'm working on it. So the way I work, right? Oh my god, there's such nonsense in it. Is generally we'll just sit on like a Friday night. You know, you've had your work week. It's been a hard week. You know, the people at work just, oh my god, they annoy me. And you come home from work, and what happens when you walk through the door? You know, oh, the dog's pooped everywhere, and oh my god, you know, Sandra from accounts is trying to destroy me. Is what is the kind of conversation you get from your partner. And this is why, I mean, this is why men used to go to bars. I mean, that's what the whole point of like Cheers was about, was going and having a drink before you go home. And it definitely where I live, I mean, I'm from the UK, the pub is sacrosanct. And I think that's the point really, because that used to become like the part of life that took the edge off the bad part of life. So, you know, you finish work and you go and have a few beers with your mates, and you're all kind of knowing that you're kind of just watching the clock until unfortunately you have to go home. And it's not that you don't want to go home. It's just that you know that as soon as you walk through the door, you're not really going to relax from that point forward, because there's always that picture to put up. Or, hey, did you manage to pick up this for the dog? Or, oh, hey, you know, my sister's coming round because, you know, old Dave's gone and you know, run off and done this. And it's like, oh, my days. Seriously, I just want to sit in my pants and watch TV. And for me, this is why the computer game is ring-fenced time. Like, I am able to walk into my office, shut the door and go F off to everyone. I don't actually do the word F off because my partner would curb stomp me if I said that to her. I am afraid of her. I think that's the reality of it. But the good thing is she does respect the fact that, yeah, I need a bit of time where I just sit and I build my space empires. And she's ever so funny because we'll be in the middle of some very sort of serious dinner party talking about house prices and mortgages and life insurance and stuff like that. My partner will literally just say to me, so how's your spaceship going? And everyone turns and looks at me as if I'm the kind of retarded, 20-something-year-old, monkey who sat there in like a onesie. It's like, I feel terrible, but it's like, So I used to be a bit like, grumble, grumble, fine. Now I go completely the other way. So if she asks me about my space empire, I will launch into at least a 20-minute conversation like I'm doing right now to you about something to do with the game. So she did this recently at a barbecue, family barbecue. So the first thing, basically the first thing that jumped into my mind was Strangely Beige. So I introduced Strangely Beige, could explain the concept of the shattered planet, and then my journey to get there. I was not asked again about my computer gaming for some time since, and I think it's been a wonderful way to do it, really. So there we go, fun times. It makes me laugh because, coming back to what I was talking about, this is why I do it. So I will sit on a Friday night or whatever, late in the night, and I'll basically build these things off camera, just sat sort of thinking about it, glass of very nice vodka in front of me, just thinking about what I'm building and the time it takes. And I think particularly for this mega base in orbit in space, I definitely think that it could oh my gosh, imagine that a grid structure, like a city block style structure in space. I mean, you can't do trains in space, but imagine if like each of the central little kind of junctions there was a resource with conveyors connecting them. Oh my god, I just got so excited about that. And in fact, I think we need to stay on brand here. So I think actually we all know it's going to be this. I think a flying hexagon, like the Argus array from Star Trek The Next Generation. The Argus array? Yeah, you know, the Argus array. That's, I think, what we're going to build. We're going to build something like this. But not rails, conveyor belts. Oh my god, I'm already, literally shaking with excitement at the thought of making this. That sounds fun. But there we go. So, interesting times. I think Snowflake Base is definitely... Let's head back to Aquilo. I think we're definitely cooking on gas with this now. I think we probably do need to think about the defences slightly because I don't think any more engines are needed. But I do worry slightly that this might become a bit too heavy for that, even what we've got there. So imagine we'd have to probably double the engines again if we double the mass. I think that's how it works. But as this thing is flipping wide, I think really the consideration is just to make sure that we don't lose a stanchion. Because remember, if something goes through that, the entire stanchion is lost. So this is why we want to make sure that doesn't happen. And the issue, I guess, being is that the more you go further away from Aquilo, the bigger the rocks get and the more problematic they become. I haven't got railguns on this, but I would point out we don't need railguns yet. And to feed railguns, think about the logistics of that. To have them pointed at the right angle might be a bit too much at the moment, but I think we will definitely consider that as like a next step. At the moment, I'm more interested to make sure this thing, doesn't slam into sort of big rocks, really. Because, it's holding them. I think as soon as they get in range of the turrets seem to absolutely nuke them. So I'm not too concerned about that. You can see basically anything... The lasers don't do a lot. They're more kind of laser pointers for the turrets. I like to think of them as target painters. But I think that probably... Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's going to be overwhelmed at any point, really. Plus, the collectors are doing a great job. Look at how much stuff we're collecting. It's just cray. Look at that. That's pretty decent, isn't it? Definitely need to work on this. This is not working quite right just yet. I think we have to sort of stop. Let's see, where are we looking? So 1.1, so that's working. I guess it's just because it's using these bad things. Let's just see, can we put legendary in there? Yes, we can. So let's just do copy, paste. So that helps. See there, that's what I wanted. I wanted it to be quickly processing ice, because ice seems to be the predominant problem at the moment. Let's just see how that's balancing. There we go. So look, that's balancing. You see the ice is going down, so 900, 800. The others are sort of around that. That's fine. I think that's pretty good. That's what we wanted to do. But I think that probably will work fine now. So yeah, it's definitely come on. I mean, again, in the space of like an hour, I've done all this. Like literally, I went and got the ship, got the space station, whatever you want to call it, moved it a la Deep Space Nine, built engines, moved it, put it in orbit around Nauvis. Nauvis upgraded it way quicker. Fun story, my dog pooped, so I had to go deal with it. And he didn't just poop, he pooped on the carpet and then trod on it. And because he's having puppy training at the moment, yeah, long story, another time. He's been eating like chews that are like so sort of, I don't know, but whatever it seems to do to his poor little belly, I feel so very sorry for him. But he's really not only ground it into the carpet but into his paw. Gross. Sorry if you're eating. But yeah, puppies are wonderful, but every so often you have incidents like that and you're just like, oh my days. But again, that's the price that you pay. Well, I pay. And I think it's worth it. So while just basically scrubbing carpet, I managed to figure out that the thing had been upgraded incredibly quickly. Are we having an issue with fuel? Water. Okay, so we need to like massively... okay, that's the issue. Again, I don't know why productivity is such a thing, but the reality is we don't need productivity. We just need throughput. There we go. Never works when I want it to. There we go. So I think as we get into Nauvis orbit, these will be updated. Let's just have a quick look at fluids. Something that intrigues me greatly is fluids. So we went from 17 to what? 48. Wow. That is cray. So I think this is getting now. I can see a wonderful mega base as we come into orbit around Nauvis. I can see a wonderful mega base forming, and I hope you agree. I hope you enjoyed that. Join us next time where maybe we'll do something on the second mega base. Sorry, I've got completely distracted like a butterfly.